Jennifer Ziliotto here. I'm back again for another style fix video. In fact, I want to say this is, I guess, my next to last for this year, which is kind of exciting. And so I wanted to keep it really simple and talk about one of my favorite pieces to have in my winter wardrobe, and that is a fantastic sweater dress. So the reason why I like a sweater dress so much is because I feel like there's so many different ways you can style it, which is what we are going to talk about. But I find it's also really practical and it carries you through 3 seasons. You can wear it in the winter months, the fall, and also going into the spring. So it's one of those things that becomes kind of a go-to piece, and I love them. So let's just start talking about them. Let's just start talking about different ways to style them. So I've broken this down into a few different looks because I think there's a lot of ways to style sweater dresses, and I broke it down just in hopes of inspiring you. Okay, so let's first start by talking about the very classic and elegant way to style a sweater dress. And that is making the accessories the star of the show. Because the sweater dress is such a basic kind of piece, you can really make it interesting with what kind of accessories that you choose. Whether you want to do a tall boot, this is always going to be a classic look that never goes out of style, always elegant, always chic. Whether you're doing it with a black turtleneck sweater dress or just a basic kind of V-neck sweater dress or a shift style sweater dress, you're never going to go wrong with a tall boot. It's fun to bring in an interesting colored boot, playing around with black and cognac, or black and brown as a combo, or black and white, black and a bright color. Here you can also bring in a belt. Perfect way to add a little bit of texture, a little bit of interest to this basic kind of dress. Also beautiful necklaces, of course, no brainer. But the sweater dress becomes the backdrop for all your fantastic accessories. Do you see where I'm going here? And I also love the idea of doing it with a really pretty coat that is a very classic coat, let's say. You're never going to go wrong with this kind of combination. It's always going to look chic. It's always going to look elegant. And to keep it looking fresh for you, you play around with your accessories and you play around with the palettes that you choose. Does that make sense? Next, I also really love this idea of this kind of sporty chic, playing around with this kind of high-low idea, doing a sweater dress with a pair of sneakers, with Converse, with sandals. This is a great way to take your sweater dress into the spring months because you can do this with bare legs, and it's a little bit unexpected and really fun and playful. Whether you have a bright colored sweater dress or a striped sweater dress and you want to add a baseball cap here, or you want to do something a little bit cheeky and pair it with, let's say, flip-flops or a chunky kind of sporty boot. Whatever you do, this is a time to be playful and to be unexpected, and also to kind of push the boundaries a little bit in terms of what is accepted with wearing a sweater dress. So one of my favorite things that I've been actually dabbling a little bit in my personal wardrobe, and that is doing a layered look. First of all, I love the idea of doing a sweater dress with another sweater over top, or like what I've done today, doing it with layering it with a knit scarf. You could do a knit sweater over your sweater dress and give that same kind of vibe of this look. I love it because I think it's really fashion forward, even though it's very still basic and elegant. I love the idea of pairing a sweater dress over a pair of jeans, for instance, like my favorite jeans or a skinny jean, or like what we've been doing for the last couple of seasons, and that is pairing it over a faux leather legging or a faux leather pant, just to give that little bit of texture, that little bit of interest. Knit and leather is such a great pairing. So playing around with that a little bit is a lot of fun and keeps you feeling fresh about your wardrobe. You could also layer your sweater dress. A lot of you actually have asked me about this with a pair of knit leggings. It's such a great look. And then add in a simple slide. Another great way to transition into the warmer months, or simply to just be really comfortable working from home. So that is it, my friends. I hope I've given you some ideas. I hope I've inspired you. If you liked this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and please subscribe if you haven't done so already. Merry Christmas, all of you. I hope you have a lovely holiday season, no matter where you are. And of course, I will be back next Friday. But in the meantime, for more style ideas and more inspiration, just simply to see what I'm doing this Christmas, you can continue to follow me on Facebook and on Instagram.